Behind me here, 200 people are calling on European Union leaders to help bring an end to the persecution of the spiritual practice Falun Gong in China. Practitioners of the faith have suffered brutal repression at the hands of the Chinese Communist Party for over 25 years. And today, in harmony with the International Day of Peace, they are calling on politicians to help defend their freedom to believe.
Falun Gong is a spiritual practice. It's a meditation form. It's a typical Chinese practice based on the core principles of truthfulness, compassion, and forbearance.
It's changed my life tremendously. As a family, living according to those principles, raising our 3 kids, it's been a blessing, basically. I'm really grateful for this practice because it made my life much easier.
Falun Gong has a good value system, a healthy value system that needs to be taught worldwide. It's for all human beings. I think it is terrible that a government like the CCP actually treats the people that they're supposed to protect and persecute them for reasons that the CCP should be proud of. Honesty, forbearance, you know, those value systems that are so important to teach.
With our rally today, we were actually exactly in the middle of the European Parliament and the European Council. The European Parliament has adopted a resolution in the beginning of this year condemning the persecution of Falun Gong. And it's now up to our lawmakers to go a step further. We have to make clear to our politicians and human rights NGOs that they have to act, that they have to try to make a difference.
I would like to thank the Belgian Falun Gong Association for setting up this impressive and inspiring parade today. I experienced here today the most peaceful parade I have ever been witness of. Well, I think the Falun Gong movement is a perfect example of how people can live peacefully together, and in the direct opposite you see that they are being oppressed. So it is my duty, I think, to let everyone know that this is happening, to respect human rights all over the world, and to create more awareness. Actually, that is the most important message that I wanted to share today. That is why I marched with the movement today, to show that there is a lot of work to be done, not only in society in general, but especially in politics, because the resolution that has been voted in the European Parliament deserves every support, but we also need different resolutions in every member state of Europe and also in the rest of the world.
到2014年呢，这个10多年的期间呢，16年的期间呢，我一直被关押迫害，上酷刑啊，关押小号啊，上大褂、灌蜡根、灌芥末油啊，就所有法西斯的酷刑啊，在我身上这16年之间呢，我都尝试了。所以啊，共产党的邪恶呀，在那块国度里头，只有你想不到的，没有他们做不出来的。后来我几经周折，来到了国外，来到了荷兰，来到那个有民主、有自由的国度里，我体验到了，就是说，真正在自由的国度里，有人权、有信仰的可贵。
But the CCP soon realized that literally millions of imprisoned practitioners were a valuable source of organ.
Yes, indeed. Therefore, Doctors Against Forced Organ Harvesting and ETEC are joining their forces now by setting up this petition. It's a petition everyone can sign, of course. We are calling on the G7+7 nations to recognize that this practice of forced organ harvesting in China is a crime against humanity. The time is now to sign the petition. For everyone, everyone on the street and everyone who takes this crime against humanity to heart. If we don't do anything today, if we here in Europe or wherever we are on this globe and we do nothing, then it's a threat for the ethics in medical all over the world. When we do nothing and we close our eyes, it's coming to us.
C'est la journée de la paix, internationale de la paix. Et voilà, la paix, ça commence par chacun, tout acte qu'on peut faire. Et c'est aussi notre acte de paix, de parler de cette persécution des pratiquants de Falun Gong, voilà, en espérant que cette persécution cesse et que les prélèvements forcés d'organes cessent.